LiberalViewer presents.
So as someone who's actually read H.R. 3200, the healthcare bill passed in the U.S. House of Representatives, I know that even that more left-wing version of reform doesn't include government-run healthcare and doesn't even include a government takeover of the insurance industry, sometimes called a single-payer system, but instead only includes a public option in which the government would fund just one of many insurance plans competing in the marketplace. But many Republicans don't seem to understand this fact, as exemplified by the reaction of the Republicans represented by the yellow line in the Fox News focus group feedback graph you can see here.
This is not about putting the government in charge of your health insurance. I don't believe anyone should be in charge of your health insurance decisions but you and your doctor. I don't think government bureaucrats should be meddling, but I also don't think insurance company bureaucrats should be meddling. That's the healthcare system I believe in.
Now, that huge drop in the reaction from Republicans to President Obama's truthful statement that he's not advocating for government-run health care was recognized by Frank Luntz, the Fox News pollster who ran the focus groups, but he attributes that drop to a general lack of faith in President Obama, as you can see in this clip.
They were going up together, and then it started to split. And the reason why is that half of Americans have lost faith and confidence that this administration is going to provide a health care plan, health care reform, that actually does what President Obama is promising it's going to do.
Of course, referring to Republicans as half of Americans is an inaccuracy I wouldn't expect from a pollster, but what was really missing in that Fox News analysis was a recognition of the contribution that Fox News itself makes to this information gap from which so many Republicans suffer, a fact recognized this week by MSNBC's Rachel Maddow, reporting the results of a daily Coast Commission Research 2000 poll that you can see in this clip.
There is a huge gap between what Republicans think is true, between what Republicans think are the facts at issue here, and what the rest of the country thinks. And why is that? Well, back to the polls. Another Research 2000 poll from earlier this month found that 59% of Republicans say they watch Fox News. That's nearly double the proportion of Republicans who watch MSNBC and CNN combined.
And having Fox News as your main source of information is associated with a huge information gap when it comes to healthcare reform, as shown by the results of a recent NBC Wall Street Journal poll, including the one to which Rachel Maddow refers here.
The gap between Fox viewers and MSNBC and CNN viewers who wrongly believe reform will lead to a government takeover of healthcare, that gap is 40 points.
And it's obvious to me from watching Fox News coverage of the healthcare debate why they leave their viewers so uninformed, because it seems to me every time an anchor mentions the public option in which the government would fund just one of many insurance plans competing in the marketplace, the Fox News anchors seem compelled to mislabel it as government-run healthcare, as you can see, for example, this week from one of our friends at Fox in this clip.
The number one item we know that you're interested in, the whole government healthcare system thing that they're trying to cook up. We told you yesterday at this time about how some trial balloons were being floated over the weekend by the president and by members of the cabinet, where it sounded like the whole government-run part of it, where the so-called public option, they might be taking that off the table.
Now, not only did the Fox News anchors continue saying the phrase government run over and over again while displaying a chyron referring to the public option as a government plan, but Fox News anchor Gretchen Carlson even seemed compelled to add the government run label into a quote in which it was not even said, as you can see in this clip.
Here's what Congressman Weiner said with regard to being worried about the votes. I think that we have a majority of the votes in the House and Senate for a public plan, the government-run aspect. It won't be easy, but I think they're there, but they're certainly not going to be there if every time we turn around there's another White House official walking away from it.
Now, if Fox News were really interested in informing its viewers, it would make distinctions between a government-run health system in which all hospitals are government-owned and all doctors are government employees, as different from a single-payer system in which all health care is paid for by the government but hospitals and doctors may remain private, as different from a public option in which the government would fund just one of many insurance plans competing in the marketplace. Making those distinctions would be much more informative than having Fox News anchors just say the phrase government run over and over again, I think, but I want to know what you think. Do you think Fox News bears significant responsibility for the great number of Republicans misinformed about healthcare issues as revealed by the poll results shown in this video? And given this Republican truth gap, should President Obama and the Democratic majority in the U.S. Congress just go ahead with real health insurance reform without worrying about getting many Republican votes?
YouTube, you decide.